Welcome to the Augy-E report, where everything is barely researched. One man, one opinion, one YouTube channel. Alright, what's going on, guys? Back again with another video, so let's get started. So my first and only story for this week is about the recent attacks that are going on in South Africa. Roll the clip.
Police in South Africa try again to stop rioting and looting in some poor neighborhoods in and around Johannesburg. It's been like this since Sunday. Some of the businesses and shops vandalized belong to foreign nationals. This is not the first time Mohammed Afzal Hussein has been through this. He says his other store in another part of the city was looted last year.
If it's every year something like this, how can I can make something for my families, for my children, for my parents is there, because we have come from so far for the work, not for a crime or whatever, only for work.
Some South Africans believe criminal gangs are responsible for the violence. Mario Abrunosa says he got a phone call early in the morning that his business was being looted, but it was too dangerous for him to move. Now that it's relatively quiet, he's come back to assess the damage.
I still found people still looting as I arrived here with the police presence. And all I wanted to say is it's not about a foreign shop. I'm a South African citizen. I employ South African people that work for me in the shop. And they targeted, it's just a pure criminality attack that they've done here to me. And I'm running at a loss. I'm without words. I don't know what else to say.
Some say the country's high unemployment rate, now nearly at 30%, widespread poverty and inequality are to blame for the violence. In 2008, at least 60 people were killed and more than 50,000 forced from their homes when many foreign African nationals were targeted. 4 years ago, at least 7 people were killed. Some South Africans feel they are competing with outsiders for scarce jobs. Okay, so from what I was able to find out, it looks like these attacks specifically started this week based on a taxi driver was killed in a confrontation with drug dealers. Now, that is just this one thing that happened this week. In South Africa, there has been a resentment towards foreigners because some South Africans feel that they have to compete with foreigners for jobs. Now, in South Africa, they have a high unemployment rate of about 30%, lack of services, extreme inequality, and also they still have the legacy of apartheid kind of in that country. So the president of South Africa came out, he condemned the attacks, said they're xenophobic attacks, that essentially saying that they shouldn't be doing this. Now, one group of people, the Nigerians, they felt that this is ridiculous because Nigerians specifically in South Africa have been attacked. I read one report that said since this year started, there were about 128 Nigerians that were killed in South Africa in 2019. So because of that, Nigerians have started attacking businesses that are owned by South African officials in Nigeria. Roll the clip.
Anger in Lagos, Nigeria, targeted at South African stores. They're responding to violent attacks in South Africa against foreigners, including Nigerians. Now some are turning to violence themselves.
We are protesting because of what South African government are doing to Nigerians. We are not happy over it because we are good citizens in partnership with them.
Some of the angry Nigerian youths, hurriedly went into the ShopRite because of what has been happening.
South African franchise ShopRite was among those targeted. The company closed several of its stores due to the damage. In the capital, Abuja, clashes at a ShopRite supermarket there brought traffic to a standstill after demonstrators burned tyres and threw rocks at the store. In Lagos, groups were seen stopping cars and attacking drivers believed to be South African.
Now, because of that, South Africa then went ahead and closed its Nigerian embassy. So South Africa has an embassy that's in Nigeria. They've closed the embassy temporarily because they can't guarantee the safety of their workers there. But this problem just keeps on it's spiraling out of control. And like I mentioned earlier, this kind of goes back to 2008. There were some attacks in 2015. People have been coming out. The Nigerian president came out and said that he's going to send a special envoy to South Africa to figure out what's going on, to see what they're doing to make sure that Nigerian civilians living there are protected. Celebrities have come out. Burna Boy came out condemning this. Jadena came out. Tiwa Savage came out condemning this. But I will do my research. There's really no solution that no one has came up with anything that is actionable. Everyone's saying they need more security. Some people are saying all foreigners should be out of South Africa. You should go back to your country, but that's just not reasonable. People move around. People go other places looking for jobs, looking for better economic conditions. So I'm not really sure what the best thing to do, but what I do know is that the South Africans, for some reason, I don't know, I don't know where this resentment came from, but you could remove all the foreigners from South Africa. There's still going to be a drug problem there. There's still going to be high unemployment there. There's still going to be poverty, drug, I feel like the issue that they're using foreigners in South Africa as a scapegoat because the government has basically failed in providing for their own citizens. Okay, I also read that in South Africa, government officials have stolen up to billions of dollars that could be used for services, dollars that could be used for housing, dollars that could be used for education, basically to uplift their people. And instead, it was stolen, and because of that, now people have twisted that and saying foreigners are the issue, which is clearly not. Now, I'm just a guy on YouTube. Okay, I don't have a solution. I don't know what the current solution is, but one thing I hate to see is Africans attacking other Africans. It's bad enough when we have to deal with other people, other countries, other things, but when now you're talking about Africans killing Africans because they feel that they're in competition with each other, when we're really, everybody's trying to go for the same thing, trying to uplift themselves, trying to get out of poverty. So I hope that this can be figured out soon before it spirals out of control, but only time will tell. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good day.